I've got my food and my coffee and my notes and my Bible and books and my computer and everything's spread out, and I'm like, world domination.
Hey, I'm Candice, and you're listening to Talk to Me, the limited series on the Joy FM podcast. This conversation with Tasha Layton is one of my favorites. She is such a hilarious person. She is real through and through 100% of the time. We get into her not watching TV, shocking, what a healthy diet looks like, just different books, and of course, the disco ball of fun. Enjoy! It's Joy FM. We're here with Tasha Layton. Tasha, thank you so much for taking the time. I love chatting with you. And now we get to do it where people listen.
I know. It's awesome. I love you guys.
So my first question is, what's your favorite true crime podcast?
Oh, okay. So big confession. I don't listen to podcasts.
Fascinating.
I'm literally... So
you only listen to radio? What is that?
Yes.
Like?
So I ended up I actually stopped watching television even in high school, and I never started back. I know it's crazy.
Was it a intentional thing, or
yes,
it just dropped off?
Yes. So our youth group did a fast of all media. So music, TV, movies, everything. And I loved how I felt at the end of that time so much that I actually never started back. And I didn't own a TV until 2 years ago.
That's wild.
I
honestly,
never purchased a TV.
I think all the youth group leaders listening right now are going to go, yes, we make a difference.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Mission
That's awesome.
Accomplished.
Well, there you go. Set.
My husband did he did show me some shows on Netflix and stuff like that over the years. So I've seen a handful of series, but I mean, on the whole, I haven't seen a commercial in years. Or actual television or a news or anything like that. I just kind of rely on him for the news.
Yeah, you just tell me. It's fine. Honestly, it's the best way to do it. So when it comes to... Okay, so as I'm listening to your music, hearing the stories of your life that you've shared, it seems like God's timing is such a huge theme in your life. So I'm just interested how you cope when you're in maybe a season of waiting and you're just not sure if it's a no or a not yet.
Well, I cope differently now than I used to. So earlier in life, I had a really hard time coping. I was not okay. If something, wasn't moving along, if there wasn't enough forward momentum, if things weren't shifting as quickly as I wanted or whatever, I really went to a low place. I didn't know how to, the tools to process all of that. I wasn't very patient. And over the years, I think just through my own struggle, the Lord has really shown me, hindsight's 2020, the Lord's really shown me, look at how I was weaving your story all along and you had no idea. If you had only trusted me. That's the phrase that I hear a lot from God. If you had only trusted me. And so now I relish seasons of waiting in a sense, because typically there's a waiting that includes some sort of rest. And I think I take that in and I hold it closely because I know that those seasons precede seasons of busyness and fullness. And so I'm trying to make sure I'm maintaining some balance in life of Sabbath and work. God did both.
That is so true. And I feel like, especially now that I've entered the parental world, that's never been more clear.
Yes.
That it's yeah, of course. I wanted my daughter, pray for my daughter. When she arrived, it's okay, now we're go for the foreseeable future.
And it's much harder to take time to Sabbath and to fill your soul. Your soul and the unique thumbprint of God on your heart is all that you have to offer the world that's different and unique and special and anointed. And it's if that wanes, if you don't save your soul and don't pour into your soul, you not only reach burnout, but you're not offering anything to your kids or your family or to the world. And so I think I've even in the last 2 years, come to that conclusion that I'm not worth anything if I don't fill up first. And just this image of a cup continually being filled by God, filled by the Holy Spirit and overflowing. That's where I want to live. And you have to fight for that. Jesus had to fight for that. He had to fight for time away from the crowds. He had to fight for time away from his people. It even said the disciples were looking for him and didn't know where he was. He didn't tell them for a reason, y'all. He wasn't going to get caught, like he was trying to be by himself.
Stop killing me.
I think we've got to do the same thing. You have to fight for it. It has to mean something. And because that's all you got.
Mm-hmm. It's so true. It's so true. That's huge. Oof. I love those seasons of waiting now.
All of a sudden, you're cured.
All of a sudden. I
love waiting so much.
It happened. Okay, so I'm curious too. You are on the road quite a bit these days, and your family goes with you, which is great.
They come with me a lot. Yeah.
Thank God that they, y'all kind of get to do that together. But do you have any rules for the road? I mean, my husband and I have traveled together.
Yeah.
And there is something about like being with each other 24/7 for days and days and days on end, especially when you don't have like a place to go.
Yes.
Another room. You're like in hotel rooms or bus or whatever. What are your rules for the road?
I think it's really important to maintain some sense of routine. And so the routines that I have, like at 4:00, I always go into the sanctuary or wherever we're playing and pray over the room. I cannot miss that because it preps my heart for the night. That's when I get downloads of what God's doing or maybe what he wants me to call out in prayer for that night or whatever. I cannot miss that. I can't miss eating dinner at a particular time or else I'll burp through the show. It's like there are particular things I can't miss. So we try as best we can to keep those rhythms the same. So like the kids are there, but if it's their bedtime, our travel nanny takes them to bed. Like they're not staying up. It's rare that they're going to stay up past their bedtime. Like we're trying to maintain rhythms as much as possible because that's good for our bodies and our minds and our spirits. But
literally,
I think that's a healthy balance that we've had on the road for sure.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's huge for everybody. And I have the hardest time finding that, I think, in my own family, where it's like, it's just a night here, a night there, but then it just wrecks our week.
Yeah, and I think as Christians, I don't know, the church doesn't talk about this a lot, I feel like, but the idea of peace, of shalom in Hebrew, it's wholeness, and that wholeness includes, the Shema in Hebrew, like, hear, O Lord, the Lord your God is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, strength, and mind. So like, there are all those facets to our lives, and we tend to gravitate towards one or the other, forgetting about the whole. And so like a lot of people go on depression medicine and they haven't tried going to bed at the same time every night, or maybe eating less sugar, or maybe exercise. Like there are things that, ways God made our bodies to heal naturally that we don't lean into sometimes. So I felt like the church is, I'd really love to see us have more holistic conversations of this is the way God made us to work, and this is what we need to do to get healthy, not just pray it away, or not just, maybe our blood pressure is high because we're eating too much bacon. Do you know what I mean? Like you gotta take care of yourself.
The fried chicken at that potluck. First thing to go.
You reap what you sow, girl.
First thing to go. Oh my gosh, that's so true. And my husband and I talk about that all the time. He's a counselor, and so that is like, he's like, if I could just, and he's also, of course, a Mr. Fix-It, right?
Yeah.
Like, if I could just be in charge of their diet for like this long, or just help them with the cycles of their life, or just this little, just to kind of get them on a routine.
Yeah.
I'm like, you gotta let people learn.
Okay. It's a good book.
Ooh.
Everybody get that book, Henry Cloud. Oh my gosh.
Is it called Boundaries?
Boundaries.
Okay.
Yep.
I haven't read it. I had a friend who read it one time and then she cut me out of her life. So I don't know what that says about me. I don't know what that says about me.
That's not good. That's funny. That's so funny.
Okay, so I have now our little bit of fun. It's called the Disco Ball of Fun.
Disco Ball of Fun.
It is a disco ball of fun. Look at that.
It's a disco ball, and honestly, some of it's fun, some of it is more serious, and it just depends on what you draw. But you have this little card here, the reverse. If you don't want to answer a question, or you want me to.
Ooh,
So you're putting me fully
like
on the
this
hot
game.
spot.
Okay.
You get to play it if
All
you
right.
want to, but go ahead.
What's your favorite little luxury? Oh my gosh. I am so cheap. I wouldn't call a lot of things luxurious in my life, but maybe luggage. Like, I don't skimp on luggage because I use it all the time, and I'm so tired of using cruddy stuff that falls apart. And so I do have good luggage, I feel like.
Okay, so drop the brand.
Well, the brand.
Like, I need to
have
know.
like flavors of the week. So right now, away bags because they have lifetime warranties. For a long time, it was only the hard shell Samsonites. Like, I've used a lot of different Toomey. They're so expensive. But yeah, I've had all of the brands.
Yeah,
but I
I've been
really
on
like away bags.
Too many trips where a wheel gets just chunked off when it gets checked or whatever, and I'm going, this, like, it doesn't ruin the whole trip, but what am I supposed to do now? So you're like,
you go to the desk and tell them that happened and make them pay for it.
that's right. And then you get
Spoken
yourself
from
an away
experience.
bag. You get yourself an away bag, and then you're set.
Yeah.
All right, let's try another one.
Next. Okay, what is your favorite spot in your house? Ooh. I love our front porch swing, but honestly, just at my desk. I have a very peaceful office, and it's light and airy with white curtains and a white light fixture, high ceilings, light floors. It's just like really calming, and I love sitting at my desk. So I
sounds
read
so
my
nice.
Bible there. I read books there. I work there. I do it all there. It's awesome.
That's awesome. It's so funny. I haven't actually used a desk, I feel like, in years. I'm the one that's like squirreled up on the couch. Like, I'm just a cinnamon roll just sitting there, like,
Oh, I have to.
balancing my coffee wherever I can. And, like, it's kind
I've
of a
got my
mess.
food and my coffee and my notes and my Bible and books and my computer and everything's spread out, and I'm like, world domination.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, next. What's a day in your retired life look like? I am so glad you asked. I would get up in the morning and either make coffee or matcha, just have my time with God on my own, like on a front porch or a back porch, like overlooking some water or some land. No kids yet. They can come later. But this is retired, so my kids are out of the house, right?
Totally.
And then maybe like lunch with my husband, just a little, daytime date. Get together with friends, cook a good dinner. I just want to cook and make coffees and matchas and just do stuff in the kitchen. I just want to be in the kitchen all day. That's what I want to
love
do.
it.
Can something. I just want to make jam and can.
You're going to be tending to your garden, picking those strawberries, tomatoes. You're going to be handing out salsa.
Or I'll
to all
have
your
a garden
neighbors.
and pay somebody to tend it. Like,
Okay,
that's
there we go.
better. I don't know that I know how to do all that, but I did grow up with a little bit of a farm, but I don't know that I know enough to really do it well.
I have no green thumb whatsoever, so that sounds beautiful.
Okay. Do you have a favorite lost piece of clothing that haunts you?
Oh, honestly, reverse. I'm so glad you gave me this question because I have many, and
Oh, wow.
one that I can I see it floating away, and it's like slow motion because I was on a canoeing trip with my family.
Oh my gosh.
And I had this vintage ski club t-shirt, like I did downhill skiing.
Yeah.
And so this t-shirt was actually from the 70s, and they found it in like the back room of my school's closet. And it was the goofiest looking, very 70s, very 70s.
Yeah.
But that soft t-shirt material.
Oh, they don't make them like that anymore.
The pattern was green. Like, I can just picture it. And I'd taken it off because we were canoeing and we got wet and we were swimming and whatever. The canoe tipped and it just
Oh, no.
floated away.
I'm so sorry. I'm grieving that with you right now.
Thank you. It does haunt me. It haunts me.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, I've had some other good t-shirts in my time, but
Yeah.
yes, I did love that one.
Okay, so you pick the card now?
Okay.
Or do I pick it?
No,
you pick it.
I'll pick it. I'll pick it. Okay. I like this question, but you're going to answer this one.
Okay.
Yeah, we both can. We
Okay,
can both answer
okay.
this one. What is an unbelievable or shocking thing that your kid has done? I can go first because this one is...
Well, one of the times, so like with my kids, we, for the first couple years that I was touring, we traveled in a very large RV, like a 36-foot RV. And I had like a Ziploc bag of baby powder because we had gone to a beach and I wanted to make sure I could get the sand off of the kids. And I guess that's a hack. You can like put baby powder. Yeah. So I had this big bag of baby powder. Well, we were all busy and I walk into the RV and I didn't hear Lila, our littlest. And when you don't, you know, as a mom,
the silence.
When you do not hear your kids,
it's deafening.
You know it's bad. Mm-hmm. And so I heard silence. And so I immediately rushed to find her, to find out what she was doing. And I opened the back door to the bedroom in the RV and there was literally flour all over her body, all over the whole room. I still have a photo. I mean, she looked like, I'm not even going to say what she looked like. It was like polar bear. I mean, it was crazy.
Like in the eyelashes and everything.
It was
ear
crazy.
Holes like everywhere.
Yes.
Oh my word.
We found flour for a very long time.
Yeah. Oh my word. Yeah, that like, oh, they get it everywhere. Yeah, unfortunately mine are like all poop related, but
yeah.
There was one time when I was changing Willa's diaper. She decided now was a good time. She was like literally not even 2 months old.
Yeah.
And so it was still that like mustard. Anyway, it shot out in such a way. I mean, I felt like I'd actually been shot.
Yeah.
Because it hit me. And I looked at my husband. I'm like, I was speechless. And the look on my face was like I just got electrocuted.
Yeah.
And my husband was like, what's happening? And then once he figured it out, just dying.
You just have to have like 5 or 6 outfits with you at all times
for all
when
of
they're
us.
that age.
For all of us.
Yeah, everyone needs that many changes.
That's real. Well, Tasha, thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Oh, thank you.
So much fun as usual.
Loved it.
Yeah, and that's all.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks so much for listening to Talk to Me on the Joy FM podcast. Make sure you share your favorite episode with a friend. And if you're not yet subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Thanks so much. Talk to you later.